The New York Jets have fired Adam Gase after a disappointing season. We want to know though, what is next for New York, and will Adam Gase get another coaching opportunity in the NFL? Let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Edwin, aka King Jalof, and we are back and with a special video of mine because this video I'm kind of excited, I'm kind of happy to talk about. Listen guys, it happened. It happened. It finally happened. If you knew the pain that I was going throughout the whole season and last season, you would know why. Adam Gase was the head coach for the New York Jets, and now he's finally gone. He's finally fired. Finito, finished, all of that fun. Less of that. No more Adam Gase. No more of his treachery. No more of his play calling. Adam Gase is no longer a New York Jet. He's no longer a part of the organization. I can go on and on. Guys, let me read you some stats of Adam Gase and his tenure as a head coach for the New York Jets. Let me read you some eye-popping stats. In his 2 seasons with the Jets, 9 and 23, in 2 seasons. 16 of those 23 losses were in double digits, which means that in 23 games, the 16 games that we lost, we were pretty much not in any of those games. We were in none of those games at all. We were pretty much getting blown out the park in those games. 16, that's more than half, guys. Keep that in mind. 16 of those games were in double-digit forms. That's crazy. We scored 2 or less offensive touchdowns in 25 games. 25 games out of 32. Let that sink in. That means 25 games, we've scored 14 points or less in 25 games out of 32. That's insane. Guys, last 2 seasons, we've ranked last in total offense. The last 2 seasons, we have ranked last in total offense. And it gets worse because it's not just the Jets that he's been doing this kind of muckery that he's been doing as a head coach. The Dolphins, listen, the past couple seasons as a Dolphins head coach, his offense ranked 31st, 25th, 24th. As a Bears offensive coordinator, his offense ranked 21st. Bro, how the hell is this man getting a job? What the heck? Yo, I could not believe this. Like, seriously. It bugs me. It hurts me. It's inside. It fires me. It gives me a little sense of as to why we made this guy our head coach. After seeing firsthand as he was the Dolphins head coach, before he came the Jets head coach, seeing firsthand how trash he was as a head coach, how bad of a play caller he was as a head coach. And we still elected to hire him as our new head coach, a guy to groom Sam Darnold. Are you kidding me? This guy made Le'Veon Bell look like a scrub. And that is by far probably the biggest downfalls I've ever seen as an NFL fan. Watching Le'Veon Bell go from historic numbers to looking like a scrub in Adam Gase's offense. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, right? Le'Veon Bell coming from Pittsburgh, it was pretty obvious that he wasn't gonna produce those same numbers that he did in Pittsburgh in a New York Jets uniform. Maybe it was possible, but I always knew that we were not the same Pittsburgh team that he had back in Pittsburgh. We were the New York Jets, and we were on the come up at the time. Not really on the come up, but we had reason for belief, right? Reason for belief, and to think that Le'Veon Bell comes in and puts up those same numbers, it's pretty much not going to happen. But at least make the guy a respectable back. At least have him put up some respectable numbers. At least play to his strengths. At least make him a top 10 running back. Maybe even top 5. But he made him a top 20, top 30 running back in the league. And that's facts. That's facts. That's numbers right there. Le'Veon Bell was a scrub. He made Sam Darnold. And listen, guys, I'll be the first one to say it right now. I'll be honest. I don't really believe in Sam Darnold at all right now. I don't believe in the bandwagon. The train is over for me. Listen, Sam Darnold, it would be best for both organizations, both teams, both parties that he would just go. Both of us, the Jets and Sam Darnold, need a new start. But Adam Gase played a huge reason as to how Sam Darnold looked every Sunday. Every Sunday he looked mostly trash. If I'm being honest. Guys, it's crazy. Sam Darnold, his last 3 games as a rookie, he showed so much promise. And that's back when we had Todd Bowles as a head coach. And the next season comes, and he has minimal stretches of progress, but ultimately, he's played poorly, right? He showed a little bit more flashes, but he's played poorly. This season was taking the cake. Like, this guy played terrible. He has steadily regressed from those last 3 games as a rookie up to this point. Now, Sam Darnold, he's done. Now, part of that was his fault, but most of that I'm blaming on Adam Gase, because Adam Gase did no favors in helping Sam Darnold be a competent QB in the league right now. Like, it's terrible. His play calling was lackluster every game, week in and week out. Listen, it was burning me. It hurt me as a Jets fan. As a fan, I know it hurt some fans who are not Jets fans in general to watch how bad of a team we were. Not just on all phases, but on offense. On offense, we looked like a college football team with the way that he was calling these plays. It was killing me inside. I mean, predictable play calling, lackluster. Bruh, this game against the Pats, two third down situations. I think it was 2nd and long, 3rd and long. You know, this guy calls back-to-back screens. What? Back-to-back screens? Are you kidding me? What the hell is going on here? And that's not the only game he's been doing this. He's been doing this the past couple of games. Yo, he's played so conservative at so many points of this season and dating back into last season too, where it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, are we trying to win the game? Like, seriously, why are we punting on 4th and 1 at the 49-yard line? Like, come on, like, it doesn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever. And now I'm finally rid of this play caller that they call Adam Gase. He's gone. And to be honest, Adam Gase was not a leader. If you ask me, Adam Gase was not a leader. He wasn't a true leader. Like, seriously, if you, for instance, let's go back previously when we had Le'Veon Bell. If we as a Jets organization signed Le'Veon Bell either before or after Adam Gase comes into the head coaching job, you cannot and you should not come out publicly and say that you didn't condone the signing of Le'Veon Bell. Even if you don't like the player as a whole, he's your player. He's supposed to be your guy. So you back him no matter what. Even if you don't like him. You don't say that in public. And you know how Le'Veon Bell is. He's going to tweet that. He's going to like the messages, everything on Twitter. Adam Gase was a terrible leader, a terrible offensive coordinator, a terrible offensive play caller, a terrible head coach. How the hell was this guy still getting job opportunities? It made no sense. I mean, we've seen the likes of him as a Jets head coach, as a Dolphins head coach, as a Bears offensive coordinator, as a Denver Broncos offensive coordinator, where he even had Peyton, and he made Peyton was in his later years as a coach, as a QB, as a player. But they were still middle of the pack in the NFL in terms of offensive power, offensive touchdowns, all that. Total offense, all that. They didn't look that good. It was that defense that carried the Denver Broncos into the Super Bowl, not the offense. Not Adam Gase's play calling. It was Peyton's brilliance and whatever he had left to give in the tank that got him to that. It was because of Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. That's the reason why they were so good, and it masked over the cracks of how bad of a play caller Adam Gase really is. Now seriously, that Adam Gase started off last season 1-7, and because the New York Jets, my team, because we went 6-2, and everyone's gassed. I'm gassed too because, listen, I think that we have a future. Not too gassed, but I know that finishing 6-2, regardless of what happens or what happened, is a good achievement. 6-2, and we come out this year and we finish what? 2-14. 2-14. Took us 13 games. 13 games to win a game. And at that point, we were all rooting for us to lose because we wanted Trevor Lawrence. Are you kidding me? Adam Gase, to me, listen, will he get another coaching opportunity? I don't know. But the way that things have gone in the past, the way things have worked in the NFL in the past, this guy seems to be unbeaten when it comes to getting a coaching opportunity. Like, it's crazy. You've seen his numbers. And yet, these people are still calling him. I don't get it. I don't know what magic he's doing. I don't know what words he's giving these guys. I don't know how he's working his way up into these offices and to get him an opportunity as an offensive coordinator, as a head coach at that. But it needs to stop. This man is robbing people. He is robbing. Somebody please help. Because Adam Gase should not be an NFL coordinator, an NFL head coach ever again in his life. I'm sorry. There's just those type of coordinators, those type of head coaches that you look at them after a couple seasons and you see that they've had short stints of success in this league, but ultimately they were pretty bad at what they did. And I don't know Adam Gase personally. I think he might be a good guy, but he's a terrible leader at that. I'll tell you that. He's a terrible coordinator. He's a terrible coach. And, this is just not his thing. If you ask, it's not his thing. Oh, my goodness. I could go on for days about ranting about how bad he was, how bad he made our team look. So many questionable calls. So many. It felt like forever. Eternity. Oh, my goodness. But anyways, guys, where do the Jets go from here? I'll tell you where we go. I'm excited because of the fact that we finally have, two things are gone. Former GM Mike McCagnon is gone, thank God, and now Adam Gase is gone, thank God. We have a guy in Joe Douglas who I think is the guy. He is the guy that will bring this team back into being relevant again because he's a good drafter and he does a good job of finding deals in free agency. Now, I'm hoping that he does a little bit more in terms of spending the money in free agency because we have the money. It's time to go out there and ball out. Now, I'm not talking about give these guys massive deals. I'm not talking about a repeat of Mike McCagnon. No. Hell no. But I will say this. We have the money. Joe Douglas, work your magic. Find ways to get these guys in the team at good deals, good price ranges. And then let's see how things go. Re-sign the important players on the team. And then draft, do what you do best. You draft well. Listen, our draft last season was great. It was in some cases great, if I'm being honest. And I haven't said that about a draft in a long time. And anybody who knows me, I am a sucker for the draft. Like, I am so excited. And as a fan, you should be. I am so excited when a draft comes around. You draft that first overall pick. You draft that first round pick. Obviously, in our case, not the first overall this year, but you draft that first round pick, that second round. You draft all these young players who could potentially come in and change your team. And that's what I think Joe Douglas does well. He excels at that fact, So this year and possibly the next upcoming seasons, I think Joe Douglas will bring us back into relevancy. Now, for a head coach, three guys on my wish list, maybe even four. Eric Bieniemy from the Chiefs, Arthur Smith from the Tennessee Titans, and Brian Dabble, AFC East rival, now from the Bills. Now, he probably might be the hardest in terms of getting a head coaching job for him because getting a guy from a division rival is kind of tough to do in itself. But I don't care. It can be done. It could be done. Bill Belichick went from the Jets to the Patriots, so it can be done. Brian Dabble for me is a good guy. He changed the dynamic of Josh Allen. This guy, Josh Allen, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be totally honest here. I thought Josh Allen was a scrub his first season. Like, he was the definition of a project QB. But what the Bills did was got a good GM, a good head coach. They built around him, and then Brian Dabble, who's working his magic with Josh Allen, made him an MVP caliber season type player. Are you kidding me? So Brian Dabble does his magic. Now, I'm hoping that that's what the Jets can replicate this season. And I think that's what Joe Douglas will do this season somewhat. Now, I'm not saying that it'll be exactly what the Bills did to be the best team in the AFC East. But I do think that Joe Douglas will get the job done. So I have full belief in him. Now, Eric Bieniemy, we already know what this guy does with the Chiefs. I mean, we all get it. The head coach calls the plays. We get that. Andy Reid calls the plays for them. But Eric Bieniemy has a huge role as to why that Chiefs offense is so good, despite the fact that they have Pat Mahomes as a QB, Tyreek Hill as a receiver, Sammy Watkins as a receiver, the best tight end in the league, arguably Travis Kelce. So we get all that. But Eric Bieniemy is the guy. He's probably the most wanted guy for a head coaching spot this season, this offseason at least. And I'm praying he's my number one wish list. Like, he's the guy at the top of the big board. If we get him, I'm gonna have full hope that this team could turn it around next season. Now, Arthur Smith as a guy he's a little bit under the radar. You know, he started off as a tight ends coach, not a head coach, but started off as a tight ends coach, and he has slowly but surely worked his way up as one of the more promising offensive coordinators in the league. Now, Adam Gase Freedom Watch. Kenyon Drake looks good. My guy, Ryan Tannehill. Now, Ryan Tannehill was a QB for Adam Gase, and we all saw how badly Ryan Tannehill played. And now we see how balling out this guy is. Like, this guy is balling out. Last year, he should have, I think he won, or if he didn't win, he should have won Comeback Player of the Year because he was just that good. He was just that good. And now you can see that's a big part because of Arthur Smith. I mean, they have Derrick Henry too. He does help a lot in that aspect. But Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, does a really good job of making Ryan Tannehill look above average, and that's tough. Ryan Tannehill at one point was one of the best QBs statistically in the league last season, and at some point this season too. So listen, Arthur Smith to me is a good find, but as I said before, Eric Bieniemy is the top of my choices for a head coach for next season. But guys, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Who should the Jets go after in free agency for their new head coach? I gave you 3 guys on my wish list, and maybe from college I'll pick Jim Harbaugh. He might come back to the NFL, maybe not, but I hear that he's nearing a new deal with Michigan, so he might not be able to come out of college football this year, but we'll see about that. But guys, that's all that we have for this video. I am finally excited again as a Jets fan because I feel as though this rebuild feels different. It feels real this time. It feels as though we're finally going in the right direction. And other rebuilds, yes, we were doing rebuilds, but you could never have that full sense that we were making the right moves. And now I feel that we're making the right moves. So right now I feel that the future is definitely in good hands. But guys, the Jets, Jets, Jets are the winners for today because we have finally, us included, like the fan base has finally ridden itself of Adam Gase. He's no longer here, so now we get to look forward to the future. Guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Everything. And always remember, as I grow, we grow together. Now stay tuned for the next video.